I'm serious about racing, then I'm going to spend more time on it. Every heat, I'm going to take a look at the car, probably get in and change the grease in the differential each time, look the car over to make sure there are no loose screws, and check the action of the suspension. It's really very important that the suspension be able to move freely up and down.
The RC10B7 is our most sophisticated and highest performing two-wheel drive buggy to date. After years of development and countless hours of testing, it's finally here.
So the suspension on the B7 is such a different departure from where we have evolved from through the B6 line.
Yeah, so from the B6.4 platform, the majority of the car is new, and everything that we did we've done to improve the performance. So
biggest features on the car that will stick out immediately are the long arms, so long arm suspension geometry.
Overall, the car is just generate more grip. It's more consistent grip, so it's less peaky, I would say, which helped the car just a lot more drivable than the B6 was.
The KPI adjustable steering blocks and caster blocks, that's another big piece of the car that improves the drivability and just steering feel.
That's a pretty big one as well. Just changes the front end steering geometry. It feels a lot more one-to-one, so it's a bit easier to feel connected to the car and predict what it's going to do, which is obviously a good thing.
So from my very first time driving the B7, I was immediately impressed with two things. One was the overall steering feel of the car. It just felt like you turn the wheel 25%, the car turns 25%. So a very one-to-one type feel on the track.
We've added just a lot of quality of life adjustments, and so we have a new vertical ball stud mount with a carbon fiber plate now, so this can be adjusted with different plates. That will be optional as well. And then the height of this can be adjusted, which wasn't on the B6. And then we have new front roll center adjustments, which is something that we've kind of needed for a while as well.
The sway bar design on the car is very different than the original B6, and it's a lot easier to pull the sway bars on and off the car.
Another big feature that that's improved the car quite a bit is the new 5-gear lay-down transmission. So remove the waterfall, getting rid of weight up high, a new low-profile motor mount as well, and we're pushing the weight more towards the center of the car, which helps on the higher bite surfaces, pushing the weight further forward. Just gives you more steering and just generally faster on those as well.
With this car, we went to a B74 style gear diff. So it actually accepts the internal gears, the LTC internal gears from the B74. It has a much higher oil capacity, so it allows the car to stay consistent through longer runs, and the oil feels the same.
We have a new chassis profile shape. This is, one of the cars I've been running, so new profile that with new side rails for optimized flex, and then we have a really narrow and short tab in the back. This actually helps a lot with landing, specifically with lower ride heights. The car just is a lot more predictable under landing and settles a bit easier than the old car was.
This allows for a greater departure angle, so if you don't run the optional bumper, the car actually can jump and land a little better because it's not catching the dirt on the way off the jump, and you're not slapping the rear bumper first when you're landing.
We have a new low profile, like mid-cab body. This body's been pretty good for us in testing on dirt and carpet. Overall, it's just been pretty solid and stable. We've been pretty happy with it, and it was a new one to design. We ended up using a more organic, like surface modeling tool that we don't normally use. So the shape is a lot more organic than a lot of the bodies you might see out there.
Having the ability to adjust all that makes a big difference. in your lap times and your ability to race for wins and championships, which is what we're here to do.